Good morning, and welcome to your AIDailyPress morning podcast for June 16, 2026. I'm your host, Walter. Firstly, in a surprise move, the United States has announced a ceasefire agreement between Israel and Iran, aimed at ending the recent escalation of violence in the region. The deal, unveiled by President Trump, has been met with mixed reactions from world leaders and Israeli politicians. While some welcome the agreement as a step towards peace, others criticize it for not requiring Israel to withdraw its military presence from security zones in Lebanon, Syria, and Gaza. Secondly, China is making significant strides in advanced technologies and trade, solidifying its position as a formidable rival on the global stage. China's 5-year plan is yielding impressive results, with the country investing heavily in emerging technologies such as artificial intelligence, robotics, and green energy systems. The United States, meanwhile, is grappling with its own challenges, including a depleted munitions stockpile and limited fiscal space to invest in the China competition. Lastly, the tentative agreement between the U.S. and Iran has sparked a debate about the future of U.S.-Iran relations. While some see it as a positive step towards de-escalation, others are concerned about the details of the deal and its potential impact on regional stability. These stories will continue to unfold and will provide updates and analysis as more information becomes available. And that's a wrap. Now for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
Thank you, Walter. I'm Barbara, your anchor for today's edition. Firstly, the Ebola outbreak in Africa continues to pose significant challenges to global health security. Despite international efforts to respond to the crisis, the outbreak remains a major concern, with thousands of lives lost and many more affected. In other news, an American missionary who contracted Ebola while serving in Congo has been released from care and monitoring, along with other missionaries and their families who were serving alongside him. The World Health Organization and international health organizations are working tirelessly to contain the outbreak, but more needs to be done to support affected communities and prevent further spread of the disease. And finally, we have breaking news on the recently signed agreement between the United States and Iran, aimed at ending nearly 4 months of conflict in the region. The deal promises to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, a critical waterway for global oil shipments, which has been partially closed since the onset of hostilities. However, details of the agreement remain scarce, with many questions still unanswered about the terms of the deal and how it will be enforced. We'll continue to provide updates and in-depth analysis on these critical stories as more information becomes available. Now for the latest in business and finance, here is Louis Riskweiser.
Thank you, Barbara. Firstly, in Taiwan, economists are cautiously watching the country's economic outlook as global tensions ease and fuel prices decline. Despite this shift, interest rate hikes are still expected to keep inflation in check. Secondly, a major breakthrough has occurred in U.S.-Iran relations, with a deal announced that will reopen the strategic Strait of Hormuz waterway, significantly impacting global oil markets. This development is expected to lead to lower gasoline prices and relief for consumers. Lastly, Goldhaven Resources Corp., a Canadian junior exploration company, has been exempt from filing interim financial statements for the next fiscal year. The company aims to reduce regulatory burdens and focus on advancing its mineral projects in North and South America. While this move may raise concerns about transparency, the company assures that it remains committed to accountability and investor confidence. These stories highlight the ongoing shifts in global markets and economies. We'll continue to monitor these developments and provide updates as more information becomes available. Now for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Louis. Firstly, NASA's upcoming mission is set to launch the Psyche spacecraft, which will explore a metal asteroid orbiting the Sun. This unique asteroid is believed to be the remnants of a planetary core, offering scientists a rare glimpse into the early formation of our solar system. Secondly, researchers have made a groundbreaking discovery about the formation of galaxies and black holes in the early universe. By studying a distant galaxy called QSOR-1, located over 13 billion light-years away, scientists have found evidence suggesting that supermassive black holes may have formed before the galaxies themselves. This challenges our current understanding of galaxy evolution and the role of black holes in this process. Lastly, we're tracking a developing story about space debris after a Chinese rocket broke apart in low Earth orbit, scattering fragments that pose a risk to satellites and the International Space Station. This incident highlights the growing concern of space junk and the need for responsible practices and international cooperation to mitigate these risks. These stories remind us of the awe-inspiring complexity and beauty of the universe, as well as our collective responsibility to protect Earth's orbit for future generations. Tune in later for more in-depth coverage of these topics, including a feature segment on the complexities of space law and the urgent need for updated regulations. Remember, as we reach for the stars, we must also take care of our home planet and its surroundings. Good day! Now for the latest in sports, here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. Firstly, in the NFL, San Francisco 49ers quarterback Brock Purdy is on a mission to validate his worth as an elite signal caller. With the Super Bowl win, he could silence critics and cement his legacy among the greats. We explore the parallels between Purdy's situation and that of Steve Young, the 49ers' last Super Bowl winning quarterback. In college football, Texas Tech's star transfer quarterback Brendan Sorsby has made a shocking decision to forgo the upcoming season and enter the NFL supplemental draft. This move comes after a highly publicized controversy surrounding Sorsby's involvement in betting on games during his freshman year. We examine the implications of this decision on Sorsby's future, Texas Tech, and the broader college football landscape. Lastly, we touch on the Chicago Cubs' recent struggles in Major League Baseball. Just kidding. Our third article actually focuses on the Chicago Cubs. No, I'm just kidding again. Seriously though, our third story is about the Chicago Cubs. Okay, let me start again. Our third article discusses the MLB trade deadline and its potential impact on the playoff picture. In all seriousness, we're going to focus on the first two stories for today's podcast. We'll dive deeper into Brock Purdy's quest for greatness and Brendan Sorsby's decision to leave college football behind. Now, for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Curl.
Thank you, Howard. Firstly, we looked at the importance of community and resilience in the face of adversity, as seen in our report from Russia's Krasnodar region, where locals are navigating the challenges of the conflict in Ukraine with determination and kindness. Secondly, we explored a heart-wrenching case in Ireland, where a man was sentenced to 6 years in prison for raping his best friend while she slept beside her grandchild. This disturbing incident underscores the need for consent, respect, and trust in all relationships, and serves as a call to action for creating environments where such betrayals are less likely to occur. Lastly, we reflected on the power of human connection and the importance of empathy in our report from the United States, where we examined the impact of community networks on people's lives. Although not explicitly mentioned in today's articles, this theme is a common thread throughout our reporting, emphasizing the need for compassion and understanding in our daily interactions. These stories remind us that even in the face of adversity, there is always hope for a better tomorrow, and that the voices and perspectives of ordinary people can inspire us to work towards a more peaceful and compassionate world. I'm Charles, bidding you a thoughtful day. Now for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Joan Streams.
Thank you, Charles. First up, the Beckham family drama continues to unfold. Brooklyn's latest statement says he doesn't want to reconcile with his family, and things are getting uglier by the day. We'll be keeping an eye on this story as it develops. Next, get ready for a blast from the past. Menudo, the iconic Latin boy band, is reuniting for their 50th anniversary celebration. The group will embark on a coast-to-coast two-coast tour across the United States, featuring 7 former members from multiple generations. Tickets go on sale soon, so mark your calendars. And finally, we're shining the spotlight on the talented Regina Hall. She's partnered with Hyundai for their Look at You Now campaign, bringing her signature humor and heart to the project. With a career spanning decades, Regina is a true Hollywood legend, and we can't get enough of her. Stay fabulous, and we'll catch you on the flip side. Now for the latest in nature and environment, here is David Attenacher.
Thank you, Joan. Today, we have 3 stories to share with you. Firstly, in a heartwarming tale from the natural world, a male seahorse has been spotted giving birth in the wild, reminding us of the beauty and complexity of ocean life. This remarkable event highlights our responsibility to protect these ecosystems for future generations. In other news, Amazon's Prime Day sale has kicked off early, offering significant discounts on top-tier noise-cancelling headphones from brands like Sony, Apple, and Bose. If you're in the market for a new pair of headphones, now might be the perfect time to grab a great deal. Sadly, our final story today is a devastating one. A Russian drone has struck a zoo in Ukraine's second-largest city, Kharkiv, killing at least 30 rabbits and injuring many more. This senseless act of violence is a stark reminder of the impact of human conflict on the natural world and the importance of advocating for peace and conservation. And that completes our morning podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until this evening, I'm David Attenacher for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.